City Home Network's presentation of Houston Astros baseball. Your front row seat to the Astros and Rockets.
August baseball heating up, and so are the pennant races in the American League West. Big series coming up. Starting tonight, the first of a 3-game series and 9-game homestand is the Astros returning home. The first of a 3-game set, getting set to take on the Seattle Mariners. Alongside Jeff Blum, I'm Kevin Eschenfelder. Julia Morales will be joining us in just a moment. TK, with the series off of Blum, this is what you look for. You're in first place looking down at everybody else, but you got to keep everybody at arm's length starting with this series here tonight.
You definitely do, and this is a unique opportunity. The Seattle Mariners have taken it to the Astros with a real chance to push them down a little bit further.
Yeah, the Astros have certainly had their problems with the Mariners this season, but remember, these two teams have not played since mid-May. Going into play tonight, the Astros with that 2-game lead on the Texas Rangers, but this is when those tiebreakers come into effect, Blummer, because the Astros own the tiebreaker with the Rangers. Obviously, the Mariners are going to own the tiebreaker with the Astros.
Yeah, what's crazy about this graphic is the Astros beat up on the Rangers beat up on the Mariners beat up on the Astros, so it's kind of been those three teams pounding on each other here late in the season, but now you have a real opportunity with those 5 games left and 5-game lead on the Seattle Mariners just to keep pushing them down and let them know who leads the West.
Yeah, this 3-game series and then 2 more coming up in Seattle is what's left between these two teams. But if you're going to face this Mariners team, you want your best on the mound, and that is certainly going to be the case here for the Astros. Starting tonight with Peter Lambert, Hayden Wesneski goes tomorrow, and then it'll be Hunter Brown in the finale on Sunday.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this threesome right here is that you've got Peter Lambert, who did face Seattle earlier in the year, but the other starts against the Mariners were a couple by Lance McCullers Jr., a couple by Tatsuya Imai. They have yet to see Hayden Wesneski and Hunter Brown, so things lining up beautifully for the Astros coming out of that day off to be able to go Lambert, Wesneski, Brown to go out there and try and continue some success against Seattle.
Peter Lambert, he has been steady as she goes all season long, and he has been very, very good all season long, including the last time he matched up against George Kirby. Astros and Mariners on Hall of Fame weekend here at Daikin Park. We will honor the great Alan Ashby, switch hitting catcher for 11 seasons. We'll hear from him coming up tonight, as well as the late great Bill Garner, both going into the Astros Hall of Fame this weekend. The Hall of Fame alley here at Daikin Park, and it has grown by 2 this weekend. The Astros will induct 2 new members into the Astros Hall of Fame, starting with Bill Garner, the first man to manage the Astros to the World Series and brought a winning culture to this team in the 1980s.
Yeah, it was outstanding. Bill Garner, I love days like this, and this weekend is great, recognizing some of the great Astros. What an opportunity to be able to represent the team on the field and then go ahead and sit in that managerial seat and be able to lead them to that first World Series appearance. And then we have a good friend of mine, co-worker, Alan Ashby, switch hitting catcher for the Astros. He's getting inducted into that Hall of Fame. Did a great job working with some incredible pitching staffs throughout the 80s, but don't forget, he can swing a little bit of that stick too. And he also had an opportunity to extend his legacy inside the organization, moving into the radio booth and then into the TV booth. The great Alan Ashby.
We will hear from Ash coming up in the 3rd inning as well. Ash saw plenty of good pitching in his career, caught a lot of good pitching in his career. Speaking of, we're going to talk about the rule of 3, because the best 3 that the Astros have to offer will be on the mound in this weekend series against the Seattle Mariners.
Big weekend at the ballpark for the Houston Astros. A lot to celebrate. We'll talk about that, and a lot to play for with the Seattle Mariners in town. A couple of AL West teams coming at you this weekend. With the Astros on top of the division, Mariners looking up at them 5 games back. They haven't seen each other since May 11th through the 14th. A lot has changed since then for the Houston Astros. It's our Dugout Report presented by Jack in the Box as we take a look back at that series quickly. 1-7, so they have struggled in the season series so far. Would love to see that flip around, but since May, the Astros playing some of the best baseball in the American League. And Joe Espada was asked, what's different about your club? He said, well, we're pitching better, our offense is better, and we feel like we're in a good spot right now. The thing is that they have to show that on the field now. It comes down to what they do in the game against this team. And Omar Lopez saying pretty much the same thing, but just very important for this club to stay the course. Don't look over your shoulder, don't look ahead, just looking for a good start to not just the series but the entire homestand. It's a long one, Blummer.
It is a long one. It's a good time to be home, and it's a good time to be playing good baseball. They have control in the division with the Seattle Mariners in town, and this is how they're going to line up. Cole Young's going to lead off. Then you have Randy Arozarena. He has got great numbers against the Astros, and he's also got 3 hits on this road trip, including 2 home runs in New York. But a lot of different names in that lineup. This offense has been beat up, and this pitching staff wants to continue to keep this offense down.
Well, that's a lineup that will face Peter Lambert, the right-hander, making his 21st start of the season, 8-6 with an ERA of 3.09 and a whip right down there around 1. First pitch swinging. That one popped up and out of play. And we are underway. He will throw a little bit of everything. As many as 8 pitches have been registered through Baseball Savant this season that Peter Lambert has thrown.
He's done an excellent job against left-handed hitters. He's done a better job recently against some of these right-handed hitters. Starts on that third base side of the rubber and hides the ball really well.
This one to center field. Dalton Varsho is there, and a couple of pitches and one away here in the first inning. Astro starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Starts with that battery of Peter Lambert on the mound and Christian Vasquez getting the start behind the plate. Pena and Jose Altuve welcome him back to the lineup. Isaac Paredes and Christian Walker on the corners. Dalton Varsho in center. Taylor Trammell is in left. And the right fielder is Cam Smith. Here's Randy Arozarena. Arozarena takes that one off the plate, 1-0. We talked about the big numbers he has been able to put together against the Astros this season. Albeit an 8-game sample size, but over a 400 hitter against Houston pitching. It's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. We talked about the 2 home runs as well that Arozarena hit in New York. Both of those were to right field. It should come as no surprise at Yankee Stadium. 1-2.
That's the truth. Ash, right field definitely lends itself to some maybe less than high exit velocities and still get rewarded for it.
Fouled away.
It's our Jack in the Box player to watch with Randy Arozarena up there. There you see what Ash was talking about against the Astros this season. 419 with almost a 1,200 OPS. They would love to control him in this series.
1-2 pitch. Did he go? He did not. Ooh.
Man,
Vasquez threw it around. Starting to throw it around, threw it to Christian Walker at first base, and that is why.
Yeah, because he did swing on our matches from Supermo.
First base umpire Austin Jones with the call. But the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one to left, coming over as Trammell. He won't get there. Off the wall in a double for Randy Arozarena, a 1-out base runner in scoring position. And the Mariners trying to get something going here in this first inning.
Well, they got a fortuitous call on that check swing that should have been called, so it gave an extra pitch. But how about the location? Off the UT-MD Anderson strike zone, and he just pokes it into left. Randy Arozarena can't be stopped against the Astros.
It'll bring up Dominic Canzone. 4 lefties and 2 switch hitters in the lineup for Dan Wilson's team. It's off the plate. It's 1-0. Canzone, a breakout season a year ago, and he's picked up where he left off with those 19 home runs. One and one. That has been a season series dominated by the Mariners. They swept a 4-game series in Seattle in April, then took 3 out of 4 here at Daikin Park in May. And zone to right field. That is down for a base hit. Cam is over. They're going to wave a Rosarena. Throw comes into second base. And an RBI single for Dominic Canzone, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead.
That was less than an ideal throw home for Cam Smith. I'm not sure if he didn't think a Rosarena was going to come home. You get a look at it on tonight's aerial coverage of the Wire Cam, brought to you by our partners at Defy. But he waited to see that ball down, and then an aggressive send and not even a throw home.
Yeah, Carlos Cardozo, the third base coach, he never hesitated. So Seattle on top 1-0. Julio Rodriguez the batter. It's 1-0. Rodriguez, the everyday center field. DH day today for J-Rod. This one to left, but he's going to hook foul. Count goes to 1-1 strike. Julio Rodriguez put together a very nice month of August. So that is the 16th consecutive game in which the Mariners have scored first. It's the longest string going in the big leagues.
Yeah, that's an aggressive pace considering everybody else has decent streaks.
About 40 years. How long you have to go back. So 2 balls and 1 strike from Peter Lambert. Julio Rodriguez, guy that has done most of his damage at home. Still a very dangerous hitter no matter where, as long as he's standing in a batter's box. Three and one.
Yeah, the month of August is usually pretty friendly to Julio Rodriguez.
Lambert would love a ground ball here. Here's the 3-1. On the ground, and it is a fair ball and down the line. That'll get into the corner. Trammell will get to it. Here's the throw. They'll hold up the runner. This Canzone will stop at third base, but the second extra base hit of the inning. And the Mariners with runners at second and third and 1 away.
I guess you can just throw all the offensive numbers out the window when the Mariners come and play the Astros, because they figure it out. 3 straight hits now against Peter Lambert, as that one just skates over the third base bag and under the umpire. Marvin Hudson down there at third base for the second double in this inning.
Trammell, he had to work off of that little jut out there with whether or not the ball would hit that or get into the corner, and he was able to get to it in the corner and hold Canzone at third base. Josh Miller with some words for his starting pitcher, Peter Lambert. He'll make his way back to the Astros dugout. A run in on 3 hits for Seattle. Here's the first baseman, Josh Naylor. Naylor batting with 2 runners in scoring position here. Naylor to right. Cam Smith over. That'll be enough to get the run home. Julio Rodriguez will move into third, but it's a 2-0 Seattle Mariners lead on the sacrifice fly and 43rd RBI of the season by Josh Naylor. 3 straight hits and a sac fly. Peter Lambert trying to put an end to it right here. Ahead, strike 1. Former Cardinal Brendan Donovan. That's here with 2 away. The runner at third base. And Donovan. Over comes Trammell, and Trammell will run it down. Taylor Trammell able to get to it, but a couple of runs come in on 3 hits. Seattle leaves a man. Jeremy Pena will be leading it off, followed by Yordan Alvarez in that 2-hole, and Isaac Paredes. Astros down 2-0 coming to bat.
This is
by Whataburger, Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, Isaac Paredes, Taylor Trammell is going to hit 4th today. Jose Altuve back in there after that bruised foot. And then Dalton Varsho, Christian Walker, Cam Smith, Christian Vasquez. Cam Smith has got a bit of a heater here in August. Trying to keep it going here at the bottom part of that lineup for the Astros.
Always a tough task when you're facing that man, George Kirby, the 28-year-old from Rye, New York. Making his 12th career start against the Astros. He's 8-9 through the numbers with a 3.68 ERA, and there is his pitch usage. A lot of sweepers and a 4-seam fastball that he'll rush up there around 98 miles an hour. And strike 1 to Jeremy Pena. Now Pena looking to get things going here on this homestand after a tough road trip. It's 2 for his last 34. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2 after a blazing finish to the month of July, and then a good start to August. It's been a tough go here these last few games for Jeremy Pena. A ball and 2 strikes. It's outside. Astros going into play tonight. 2 games up on the Texas Rangers in the American League West. Rangers starting a series in Sacramento with the A's. A 5-game lead on the Seattle Mariners. Topped foul. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jeremy Pena.
It's a tough matchup when you're struggling like Jeremy Pena against a guy like Kirby, who has that upper 90s fastball like Esh was talking about. He's also got that great sweeper. But he's a guy that's going to fill up the zone, so the one caveat might be that you're going to see pitches in or around the zone. Kirby's challenging this one. Yep.
Huh. Gonna lose it too.
The call is confirmed. Seattle has 1 challenge remaining.
How about that? Well, pitcher's challenge on the first batter of the game.
I don't think I've seen a pitcher have one overturned yet this year.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. This one to right field over a couple of steps. Dominic Canzone, and Canzone will make the play.
Yellowwood is bringing the lumber, and so is Yordan Alvarez. This is one guy that comes to the plate against Seattle, and fans in Seattle might cringe a little bit. These are huge numbers. 48 games. This includes the postseason, a 324 average, an OPS up over 1,000, but 36 RBIs in those 48 games against the Seattle Mariners.
You're thinking about Mariner fans and Ranger fans have to think, man, he just kills our pitching. But don't worry, you're not alone. He does it to everybody.
There's a couple more on that list too.
Yeah. There are the numbers for Yordan Alvarez. And this went to right field. Yordan! Gone!
You're gonna have to change that graphic, Ash.
Snaps a 13-game homerless streak. Yordan Alvarez does it in a hurry.
Well, it's not interesting, the fact that he hit a home run against the Mariners, but it is interesting the success that Curdy's had against the Astros coming into this game. That's the first home run he's given up to the Astros in his career.
Amazing. Should come as no surprise as to who hit it on a 1-0 pitch. Yordan Alvarez. Isaac Paredes takes strike one.
The man is impressive, and we would love to see Yordan get on a little bit of his own heater, pick these Astros up.
First home run since July 28th, his 36th of the season. Just another day at the office for the big man.
And you cannot miss with a changeup out over the plate to Yordan. That was a rather pedestrian home run for him, just about 368, but at the same time, he can mash changeups.
And this is Isaac Paredes to right field, but Canzone is over, and he'll make the catch. Thought that one had a chance for the gap. Instead, it's 2 away.
Go back to that home run from Yordan. Changeup pulled over the heart of the plate. And even though he gets it a little bit off the end of the bat at 100.5 miles an hour off the bat, Dyken Park's not going to hold him, and the Astros are on the board.
Taylor Trammell's batting cleanup tonight. Playing left field, bats here with 2 outs. And Trammell, this one up the middle. Brock Rodden will be making his first major league play, and that'll retire the side. But the Astros get on the board with a little thunder from Yordan Alvarez.
Air Yordan. In the month of August, we've got liftoff. Hopefully this tears the lid off his numbers the rest of the season. 36 on the season, 2-1 Seattle.
Fans at Stroh's Social Club locations featuring great food, cold drinks, and a fun game day atmosphere. Learn more at astros.com/social club. Esh.
All right, Julia, go to the second inning here. It'll be Cal Raleigh, Victor Robles, and Brock Rodden leading it off here in this bottom third of the order, due up here in the second inning. Two 2-1 Mariners on top as Cal Raleigh leads it off and takes ball one. Well, Raleigh, the historic season a year ago, and certainly it has been a tale of 2 years for Cal Raleigh. Popped up and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, and this game is hard. But to have a season where you hit 60 home runs and contributed so much offense, and then to show up this year and have the numbers the way they are for Cal Raleigh it's astonishing.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, and it may be one of those situations too where he wasn't healthy when we saw him back in May. You remember here?
Yeah, that oblique.
Yeah, and whether it was a situation where he was never able to really get that right, whatever the case may be, it's been a uphill struggle for him all season long. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1. Count goes full.
Baseball gods last season shined on Cal Raleigh, and if I had an MVP vote, I would have put it down for Cal Raleigh this season behind the plate. 60 home runs, but
yeah, for what he was able to do with the position that he played, 60 home runs, 125 runs batted in. I'm with you on that.
There's going to be regressions, but not to this extent.
Foul back. Yeah, his OPS this season is about 200 points lower than his career OPS.
And that would have been a story in itself. Then you add the massive OPS from last season to this season, it makes it that much greater.
That misses. Ball 4. First walk issued by Peter Lambert. Mariners scored 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning. Now they have the leadoff man on here in the second. There's Victor Robles. Limited playing time for the veteran. It's just his 6th at bat in the month of August. He lays that one down foul. Robles getting the start in center field with Julio Rodriguez DH day. Peter Lambert is ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Victor Robles. Lambert trying to grind through these first couple of innings. Gave up a couple of doubles and an RBI single in the first. One and 2. Astros starting a 9-game homestand. Angels and A's come to town. These 2 teams, and Julia talked about it, these are 2 teams that have not seen each other since mid-May. In fact, 3 months to the day. They are vastly different than what they are now and what they were then. Astros were a team back then that had the offense going but couldn't get the pitching going. Now, obviously, it's the last 75-ish games they've been able to put both of those together. Mariners have struggled to get their offense going, but lead 2-1 right now here in the second. Robles to left, Taylor Trammell over. 1 out here in the second inning. Down to the bottom of the lineup, and Brock Rodden, who will make his major league debut. Rodden just recalled from Tacoma. Mariners optioned out Colt Emerson. 5th round pick in 2023. Played his college baseball at Wichita State. He is from Durant, Oklahoma. And down the right field line, but foul. Didn't waste any time with that first pitch he saw in the big leagues. "26 years old.
He's listed as their 19th prospect on the MLB pipeline. Yeah, Mariners just looking for any kind of spark. Trying to get it from the young man. Kind of a tough position to be in.
Good change up there.
I'd like to see more change-ups like that from Peter Lambert. That's what's made him successful against a lot of these left-handed hitters. You see it occasionally to right-handed hitters.
One and 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. J.P. Crawford, his injury, Luke Raley's injury as well. Meaning that Dan Wilson have to do some shuffling as far as that infield is concerned. And here's a pitch, and this one to left field. Went over Trammell. Playable for Taylor Trammell. He's been a busy man. Now a message from Buick GMC. Last 3 outs recorded. Fly balls to left field. Back to the top of the order in Cole Young. Hit a fly ball to center field to get this game started. Here's a 1-0. It's 2 balls and no strikes. You see the frustration from Peter Lambert after that pitch landed. Lambert, with his 8 wins this season, he has matched his career total. Now 16-25 in his career. Three and 0.
Yeah, kind of searching for the zone right now.
Yep.
He's getting plenty of swings, but only 4 called strikes so far in this game for him.
Back in the count there. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Coming into this season, Peter Lambert in 35 starts was 8-19 with a 6.01 ERA. He's turned it around in a big way, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not bad for a guy that spent the first 3 weeks in Sugar Land to start the season.
Yeah, he had a choice to make early in the season out of spring training. He could have opted out, found a new home, but conversation with Joe Espada and the Astros said, hey, hang on, hang in there. We'll give you an opportunity here if you're willing to stick it out with us. And then injuries and that opportunity presented itself, and he's been the most consistent in that rotation.
Raleigh will go with the pitch and a swing and a miss. That'll retire the side. Got a walk, left a man. It's 2-1 Seattle. We'll get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item every day. By Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. And by Texas Children's. Fans ready for a 9-game homestand starting here tonight. The Astros trailing at 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Altuve, Varsho, and Christian Walker due up for the home 9. Altuve leads it off. Good to see him back in the lineup. Jose hit by a pitch on the left foot in that game in San Francisco on Tuesday. He's not in the lineup on Wednesday. Had yesterday obviously off. Back in there today. It's 1-1. There's 1-1. Top foul, left side. Well, George Kirby has a set from Rye, New York. That's where the Mariners had just played. Grew up about 25 miles from Yankee Stadium. To college at Elon University in North Carolina. It's off the plate. It's 2-2. Foul back. George Kirby started the season last year on the injured list and made his first start in May. That was here against the Astros. He gave up 5 earned runs in that game. In his career coming into this game tonight, he had given up all of 11 earned runs against Houston. 3-2. Good take by Jose Altuve. Count goes full.
That's a blow-up game.
Yeah, well, it was
against the Astros.
That first one coming off the injured list. He has had some dominant performances at the expense of Houston over the years. Strike 3 called, and Jose's going to challenge this one.
Since it's called a strike, the batter is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Oh.
The call is confirmed. Houston has 1 challenge remaining.
That one caught a lot of his own right there.
Yep. Jose was frustrated with himself on his way. You can tell right there on the way to the dugout. First strikeout of the night for George Kirby. There's 1 away here in the 2nd inning. Brings up Dalton Varsho. Varsho backed off the plate. 1-0. They said he went around, says third base umpire Marvin Hudson, the crew chief. Well, it stays 1-1. Varsho thought he was going to be looking at a 2-ball and no strike count. Instead, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now it's 2-1. Kirby is a strike throwing machine. Led Major League Baseball in strikes to walk ratio in both 2023 and 2024. Varsho skies this one to left. Rosarena over, and he'll make the catch. 2 away.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to look at his pitch count and see 24 and 14 of them have been strikes, 10 out of the zone. So that ratio may be a little uncharacteristic, but at the same time, he's not going to give away at bats. He's not going to fold and just put you on base.
Well, first pitch strike percentage, the Seattle Mariners, 4 of their starters are in the top 15 in Major League Baseball. 1 and 2 is Logan Gilbert and Brian Wu. George Kirby's 11th, and Emerson Hancock, who we'll see tomorrow, is 15th. They are used to working ahead in the count. And as I say that, he throws ball 1 to Christian Walker. 2-0. Three balls and no strikes. Rarefied air for George Kirby.
And now 14 strikes to 13 balls in this game.
Got it inside corner. It is 3 balls and a strike to Christian Walker.
When you throw that many strikes, it means you're commanding basically all of your pitches in or around the zone. So you can't just cave in on 3-1 and say he's going to pump a fastball, even though he did.
Count goes full. Christian Walker going to take a stroll.
Didn't look like Walker was too happy about this one, but that's just a pitcher's pitch on that down and away at 97.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Walker to right field, a base hit. Took what Kirby gave him, drives it to right. The Astros with a 2-out base runner.
What's on tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde. Cam Smith coming to the dish. How about what he's been doing at home? That last homestand, tearing the cover off the baseball. Hitting a hot 429 with an OPS over 1,000. We're starting to see him elevate a little bit more to the pull side. Hitting that ball with a little more authority. Let that carry itself into that road trip where he had 3 home runs on that road trip for the Astros.
And he's had success against George Kirby as well. Burns off an outside corner. It's 0-1. 3 for 6 against Kirby. Here's the 0-1. And that's down the line for a base hit. Christian Walker Gonna get the wave. He's headed home. Christian Walker will score. The game is tied at 2. Cam Smith into third with an RBI extra base hit.
Still rolling. This ball sneaking past Donovan. Hooked into that left field corner. Talked about him being able to be on that pull side with authority. That ball gets all the way down into the third base corner. Tony Parachica started waving Christian Walker from almost at the middle of the diamond to see that ball. But how about Cam Smith hustling all the way around, getting into third base as the Mariners were paying more attention to Christian Walker, and he gets himself into third 90 feet away.
That's outside off the plate. Game tied at 2 as Cam Smith with his third triple of the season. Astros have scored at each of their first 2 at-bats. There's a 1-0 to Vasquez. It's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. We talk about the learning process of Cam Smith, and it continues, and he continues on that hot streak. It's 2-1.
Cam is definitely a work in progress. A lot of us who have watched him over the last couple of years know that the talent is definitely in there. But it's good to see whatever work he's been putting in has been paying off, and that's a huge deal for the psyche and the confidence of Cam Smith.
2-1. Slash to right, and that'll make the seats. Yeah, Cam, the learning curve is there, that is for sure, for Cam Smith. When you think about a guy that right at about 950 professional at-bats. On-the-job training, and he has certainly been figuring it out here over these last couple of weeks.
And it's kind of at that point where he was flirting with the Mendoza line that things started to turn around for Cam, so it's great to see. Getting that OPS closer to 700.
2-2. Stays alive. So Cam with his 45th run batted in. '34th extra base hit of the season for Cam Smith. Two balls and 2 strikes to Christian Vasquez. 2 away here in the second. Able to hold up. It's 3-2.
Good at bat by Christian Vasquez right here.
(3-2). Topped foul. That was the thing about George Kirby. May 11th here at Daikin Park. He went 5 innings, but the Astros were able, even though we only gave up 1 run on 7 hits, the Astros were able to elevate his pitch count. That's something that's not easy to do against this right-hander. He threw 99 pitches in those 5 innings. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. At a 9-8 pitch walk. Christian Vasquez heads to first base, and that'll turn it over to the top of the order at Jeremy Pena.
A rare walk from George Kirby. We got a couple of base runners on. I know that Jeremy hasn't been on that hot stretch like he was in the month of July, but at the same time, he could break out at any minute. You'd love to have it right now with a couple of runners on.
And now a word from Nava Law Group.
Don't get fooled by the loudest lawyer. Call me for a free consultation. Do not settle.
Well, George Kirby, a guy that's allowed 2 runs or less in 6 of his last 7 starts. The Astros threatening here in the second inning. He has had his way with the Astros. 1.93 ERA. Adam Wainwright, Kevin Brown, a guy you might still have nightmares about.
Yeah, I don't like, he was, not a fan.
Tim Hudson and Jake Peavy also have had good numbers over the years against the Houston Astros back in their day.
That would be an incredibly tough rotation right there.
Jeremy Pena with runners on the corners. He's got a piece of it. It's 0-1. Jeremy hit a fly ball to right field, his first at bat. Astros got on the board in the first inning. Yordan Alvarez, 1-out solo home run in the first. Now run in here in the second on an RBI triple by Cam Smith. He's at third base. Christian Vasquez at first after a 2-out walk. 0-1. And over to the right side and through. Astros take the 3-2 lead on the RBI single by Jeremy Pena. All coming with 2 outs.
That was a two-seamer inside that he was able to get inside of and force the other way. See it right there on our UTMB Anderson strike zone, almost a check swing as he just kind of inside outed that one the other way. Naylor playing in, no chance to get over there, and the second baseman playing him way to pull. Can't get anywhere near it, but a big 2-out RBI and another 2-out run for the Astros, and guess who's up?
Yordan Alvarez. Yordan with his 36th home run of the season, bats with 2 men on. Did that in the first to give the Astros their first run of the day. Get them back in this game. Mariners scored 2 in the first, the Astros with 1 in the first, and now the Astros matching back with a 2 spot here in the second and looking for more. It'll be the 31st pitch of the inning for George Kirby. And it's 2-0.
It's probably the first time in a long time we've actually seen Kirby trying to nibble off some edges. And the Astros doing a good job of not biting. Last homestand, the Astros did a very good job of getting some pitchers into deep counts and knocking them out of games.
2 balls and no strikes to Yordan. 3-0. Friday night crowd on Hall of Fame weekend getting into it. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 away, 2 on. Oh. 3-1. Yordan with his first home run in August.
That's a balk.
That's a balk. Yeah, that'll move. He threw to it.
What was that? That is uncharacteristic. I wonder if he forgot about Christian Vasquez at second base.
Had to. Because Naylor obviously not holding on the runner at first. Can't make a move to an unoccupied. Yeah, there's nobody there.
Oh, you know what? It was a setup. They were set up to try and pick off Vasquez. He just went to the wrong base. I think Cal Raleigh gave him the old glove flip. But it pays off in the sense that you can put Yordan Alvarez on first.
Wow. Astros will try to make him pay here with Isaac Paredes. Off the plate, it's 1-0.
Pitch count continues to rise for George Kirby.
Fouled at the plate. Inning started, 2 outs and nobody on. Christian Walker with a single. Cam Smith an RBI triple. After a Christian Vasquez walk, Jeremy Pena with an RBI single. 2 in the inning. Astros on top 3-2. One ball and one strike to Isaac Paredes. Top left side, that's a fair ball, going to be a tough play, never going to get him, and great base running by Jeremy Pena. The Astros will score 2 on an infield single. What a read by Jeremy Pena.
So a blown pickoff forces him to walk Yordan. And the hustle of Isaac as he chops this down the line. Donovan didn't have anywhere to go because he had to back up for that ball. Looked like it bounced in foul territory, but the hustle is what creates the opportunity for Jeremy Pena. You'll see it on a wire cam as he just kept going. Dan Wilson thought that ball was foul. It bounced over the third base bag and obviously bounced in foul territory. And Donovan is not happy with the call, and Dan Wilson have to go out there and fight his case.
Yeah, he had to
toss.
He had to pull Cal Raleigh out of that argument, because Cal Raleigh was all the way down with Marvin Hudson, the crew chief, and the third base umpire arguing the case.
How about a 2 RBI infield single?
There you go.
You'll see it down the line here. It's over the bag, but it bounces foul. But you see the call is fair, so you've got to play off what the umpire calls.
And Jeremy Pena never broke stride. You could see him going around third base.
That was absolutely beautiful use of speed. I'm talking about Isaac.
There you go. Hey, all the way around. Everybody but Christian Vasquez, who could walk home. Astros will take it. They now lead at 5-2.
What a great inning for the Astros, being able to take advantage of some miscues. Watch the umpire, Marvin Hudson. He's got the entire play. He's standing literally right on top of that play. And by his view, he saw that ball over the third base bag as it bounced foul past the bag.
This will be the 38th pitch of the inning for George Kirby.
And there's nobody up in that Mariner bullpen.
Through 13 pitches in the first, he's about to deliver his 52nd pitch of the game. To right field, and it's in foul territory, and that'll make it into the netting. Trammell 0 for 1 with a ground out. To get greedy right here. Next pitch will be the 40th of the inning for George Kirby.
That's a workout. He's actually benefiting from the defense resetting after that foul ball, catching his breath right here.
Now Trammell asked for time. Ninth Astro to bat in the inning. It's 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Count goes full. Oh, we saw 2 starts ago, George Kirby gave up 7 earned runs against Texas. I was thinking, I don't remember seeing George Kirby give up 7 earned runs in his career. You see him pitch against the Astros. No. Now he's given up 5 here in these first 2 innings. Runners will be off with the pitch. Trammell right side. Naylor is there. And George Kirby will beat Trammell to the bag. But the Astros have an inning. Put a 4 spot on the board in the second and lead 5-2. Alan Ashby forced at number 5. Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan, and who can ever forget September 25th, 1986. Mike Scott, National League West clincher. And now that is Hall of Famer Alan Ashby, Astros Hall of Famer.
You must be making some kind of mistake there. Let's go back over that again.
You want to watch those videos again, don't you?
You know what? Those two are some of the worst videos of a no-hitter you could watch. I don't know if you noticed the first one with Nolan. Dusty Baker's at the plate, not a bad hitter himself. And a big hanging curveball right through the heart of the plate. And Dusty rolls over it, grounds out to Art Howe, and that's the end of that one. And then Mike Scott has Will Clark at the plate, and he was crushing. And Scotty throws him a sinker that winds up being about waist high, heart of the plate. And you know that's probably not the best location for that pitch. And Clark rolls over it, so fortune was on our side.
Clean living.
So at the end of that, did you go up to both of those pitchers and go, I have no idea how you got through this game with the stuff you had?
You know how that goes. You go in the clubhouse and, man, you were great tonight. There was not a pitch to hit.
What has this been like for you since you found out you were going into the Astros Hall of Fame?
Obviously, it's humbling. There's so many words I could apply that truly are right on the money. I'm honored beyond belief. I never thought any of this would happen. And to get word that this is happening, well beyond dream come true.
It's hard to tell when you're in the game playing, but we showed the 3 no-hitters. You're one of the better hitters in all of switch hitters in all of Astros history. And everything you were doing on this ball club to help them win, when you finally stopped playing, do you understand how well you played as an Astro? Did it take us putting you in the Hall of Fame to understand that?
Well, you know, it's helping.
Because we're trying to convince you.
Yeah, I appreciate the convincing on your parts. But let's be real. I mean, Blummer, you know very well when you play this game, there are a lot of flaws that get shown to a lot of people. And I think we're as well aware of our own flaws as anybody can possibly be. And there's it left me with so many heartbreaks and so many times where I knew I could have done more to help the team win. And so I think some of us wind up dwelling on that a little bit too much.
I know you're going to be proud of the fact that this franchise has had so much success, but you were on the cusp of it. You came here in '79, and that was that first, really that first run of excellence with this organization. An organization that was, 17 years old at the time. They had really won for the first time. And I know you felt the city kind of really hug this team, right?
Well, it started to happen because I think we won about 50 games at home that year. And that kind of came, as you say, out of the blue. I remember getting a call that informed me that I was traded to the Astros, and I thought, well, that's really great. I'd come from the Toronto Blue Jays, and there wasn't a lot of prospect for postseason play going on there. And that was the first 2 years. But I got a call from Enos Cabell after the trade was announced, and of course he was an Astro at the time, and he said, "Hey, look, we are so glad to have you, and so looking forward to have you joining the team." And I thought that was the classiest thing that could possibly take place. And it kind of all just stayed classy from there on.
Your second game, you caught a no-hitter.
Ken Force decided that was time to get really good.
Second game.
You know, we played
right?
the Atlanta Braves, and they had Dale Murphy and Bob Horner, and they had some talent. But that series, they came out of, I think, 3 or 4 games with about 6 or 8 hits, as I recall. And Force threw the no-hitter, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it was really just one of those games where you go, there was nothing that looked like a hit.
Those teams through the 80s that we're talking about, What was it? I mean, you gave a good example of Enos Cabell showing you the respect and giving you that call when you come over. But what was it about that team that everybody outside wanted to be a part of?
I think a lot of teams really, and this is not really directly to your question, Blummer, but a lot of teams really hated coming into the Astrodome.
Yeah.
It was a hard place for the big hitters to feel like they could be productive. And I remember so many of them winding up, hitting bombs, they thought, to left center, right center field, and cutting across the field and going back to the dugout, and frustration ensued. We didn't hit many home runs. The ballpark didn't permit it. And we played a lot of small ball, and we had some pitching that kind of stood up. And J.R. Richard would have been one name that you'd mention at that time. Joe Niekro became the first of 2 seasons for him that he won 20-plus games. And it just started together.
Speaking of your point, I think Cheo led the team with 9 home runs.
Yeah, remember that.
I think it was 81 or 79, whatever it was. But that stretch, whenever you won the division in '86, it was 3 straight games. It was DeShays was striking out the first 8 Dodgers he faced. And I think Nolan came back the second night with a 1-hitter, and then Scotty with a no-hitter the next day.
That was rather dominant, wasn't it?
I would say so.
Incredible.
How about Jim DeShays going out against the Dodgers, the first 8-hitter strikeout? Tommy Lasorda decides I've had enough of this and sends a pinch hitter to the plate who pops out. And it was really something. But Nolan had great stuff in that one. Mike Scott was just as dominant as you can get.
So what is on the agenda for this weekend? You're gonna a lot of fun, a lot of tributes. Enjoy it and take it all in. Right?
Well, I was seeing a lot of food maybe, but outside of that, I'm really concerned about this first pitch tomorrow. I get to throw out a first pitch, and I really don't have a right arm anymore. A little shoulder surgery took care of that some years ago, but I'm going to see if I can make that happen and maybe throw it 30-40 feet and get it there. Challenging.
Knowing what I know about you, you're going to be just fine. Because you're not going to let anything phase you. You're going to find a way to make it happen. It's amazing to me that I was able to watch you play as a young athlete. I got to work with you in the booth. You get put on the Wall of Fame, and now you're going into the Astros Hall of Fame. And I asked you this in the break. Is there some other Hall of Fame that we need to know about that you might be coming back for?
Well, I don't know.
If you crush that in like 10 seconds,
what's attached to this thing?
It's yours. You can have it.
Well,
that's our gift from the booth.
You played too much golf with me to know that everything works out in the end. But this has been, really, I never dreamed of either of those things taking place. My feeling of playing with the Astros was like, wow, those were the best 10 plus 11 years of my life, and they may never get that good again, but I at least had that opportunity. And now look, I don't know why, but I'm going to have the opportunity to have people remember that I was a part of this team a year from now, 10 years from now, who knows how far. And I can't say how grateful I am.
One of those situations.
Everybody that walks that home run alley is going to see that plaque on a daily basis. I know you've got how many grandkids now?
Too many to talk about.
But they're all going to do a tour of the ballpark, and they're going to see Grandpa Ash out there on the wall.
Blows me away. I hope it's right next to where your locker winds up. And
there it is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Is that it? Wow. Yeah, that was a picture I just noticed today taken with Tony Scott on the other side. It was the switch hitters. Could have been us, Blummer, but fate was not on our side.
Yeah, a little bit of a gap. We had to wait till we met in the booth.
I know. To
be able to get that done. How about, where do you think you rank on all-time switch hitters in Astros history?
Oh, gosh. I was so bad from the right side of the plate that it really scares me.
So was I. Jimmy Williams wouldn't let me hit.
Well, I begged, can I go hit left-handed sometimes,
Yep.
And then I realized that wasn't very easy. But Ken Caminiti, I know, is on that list. That's kind of good. Who else is on that list? Jeff Blum.
The Puma. Lance Berkman was pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty good, wasn't he?
There was another guy during your era. I think he played second base. Billy Dorn.
Billy Dorn,
Cincinnati
that's right. Thank you so much.
I didn't know he switch hit.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was, and he would surprise you. He'd knock one out of the ballpark. Really, great second baseman.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have loved playing with him.
And there's another one who should be in the Hall of Fame just because of his mustache like yours. Kevin Bass.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you see it that way.
We gotta take a quick break, but we're gonna come back with more with Hall of Famer, Astros Hall of Famer Alan Ashby coming up next.
HEB. Let's go back. A couple of game-winning postseason home runs.
Uh-oh.
Who's that, Dave Stewart?
Yeah, Dave Stewart, and I think he said after the game, who was that guy?
Oh, he remembered the name after that swing. You kidding me? Clear the way as he comes flying in with the walk-off bomb. And then in 1986, Game 4, we believe Nolan Ryan was on the mound for this game, and you went out there and went deep to left field. That's that right-handed swing you were ragging on.
What are you talking about?
And it deserves a lot of ragging.
Not when you're going deep at Shea Stadium. That place was a big ballpark.
Next at bat, I actually hit one that I thought I hit better. You ever do that? One goes out and then you hit one better and it doesn't go out?
Yep.
Yeah, so that happened, and, you know, being a guy who's an admitted selfish player, I wanted that second one for my own self.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, why not? It's good to be greedy. We've talked about that. Who are you excited to see this weekend? Is there anybody that's been rolling around that you're kind of looking forward to seeing?
Well,
I know you live in the area with some of these guys.
I've already seen Mike Scott.
Nice.
Mike and Vicky came in. He gave me a call the day that the news came out, and to me that was just so good because he's such a great friend. But you know, there's in the area, I hate to name names because I don't want to put pressure on them, but good friends, Kevin Bass and Craig Reynolds, Bill Dolly.
See him a lot. See him at the ballpark all the time.
Yeah, is that right?
Yep.
I would love to see these guys. Art Howe. And I'm hoping that some of the names mentioned wind up, Enos Cabell, wind up finding their way in soon. I just think that there are guys like that have meant so much to this organization, and I hope to call them teammates.
This is to center field and hit on the screws, but right at Victor Robles, and there's two away. But to be able to watch what this organization basically has done for the last decade now, I know that's got to be, you're a proud part of the organization. That's got to be fun to have watched here over this last 10 years.
My perspective, best team in baseball over that period of time. And I'm not even sure if they didn't have a better team or two in years prior that didn't go all the way. Randy Johnson was here during a period of time where I thought that team was going to win it all. And it just didn't happen. And you know, Blummer, how you can be the best and it's still hard to win a 3 or 4 game series. There was the team here that had Morgan Ansberg, Everett, Carl Everett was in the outfield. There was Lance Berkman and you and on. That Roger Clemens and Andy Pettit. Those teams were some kind of teams.
You got to witness Carlos Beltran going that run.
Carlos Beltran.
Jeff Kent.
Was that like one of the greatest periods of time of play from a player that you've ever seen? And I got the chance to sit up here behind the mic and watch that stuff and talk about it. Wow.
Did you enjoy playing as well as you did and then watching other people and marvel at what they were doing on the field?
I hear some people talk about, you know, baseball was better back when. I disagree. I think the players today just get better and better, and I loved watching it.
We have certainly appreciate you spending some time with us.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. Always good seeing you, Ash. You know that.
Blummer, my man.
You're one of the best.
Ash, way to go.
Right,
keep it up.
Congratulations.
All the best to you guys. Thank you.
This guy right here.
Thank you.
Alan Ashby, thank you very much. On top as they lead the Seattle Mariners, and Brendan Donovan will lead it off 0 for 1 with a flyout. Facing Peter Lambert. Astros with a run in the first and 4 more in the second inning. Thanks to Alan Ashby stopping by. Always good to catch up with Alan. We'll be hearing plenty more as he will be going inducted, he along with Phil Garner, going into the Astros Hall of Fame here on this Hall of Fame weekend 2026. Here's the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ash is a good time, and he definitely played during that era that, like he said, just so many fans gravitated to. And you said it really well, saying the city just embraced him.
There's a reach out and touch me base hit to center field, or fielded there by Cam Smith in right. Shiner spotlight falls on Cal Raleigh, and the numbers drastically have changed. Almost 500 points as far as the OPS through 88 games last year, as opposed to this season last year, in which he hit the 60 home runs with the 125 runs batted in. But it has certainly been a distinctly different story for Cal Raleigh here in 2026. Some things in baseball you can figure out, and some you can't. And that's probably one that you just cannot figure out.
Show the ball. The catcher is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Let's take a look.
First pitch curveball. Got him.
Returns. Houston has one remaining.
Well, Christian Vasquez winning the challenge. It's no balls and one strike to Cal Raleigh. Raleigh drew a leadoff walk in the second inning. High in the air, Varsho makes it one out in the fourth. After a rocky first inning, Peter Lambert settling in, gave up the 2 runs in that first inning. 3 straight hits he allowed in the first. Gave up a run on an RBI single and then a sacrifice fly. Victor Robles will bat with 1 out and a runner at first base here in the fourth. There's a swinging strike, says Austin Jones, first base umpire. It's 0-1 to Victor Robles. Astros trying to snap a string and a trend that the Seattle Mariners have been able to put together against the Astros, winning 10 of the last 11 head-to-head meetings between these two teams. There's a swing and a miss.
That looks a little bit like an Imai slider, kind of backed up.
Backed up, yep.
Yeah, just kind of settled out there way out in front of the plate. Fortunately, very effective.
Cam Smith coming over, but won't get there. Wasn't for lack of trying, that's for sure, for Cam Smith. Long way to go.
Always going so hard after some of these baseballs. He always ends up flying into the netting. Saw that netting cut up the hand of Christian Vasquez back in Anaheim, but Cam, fearless. Man,
Nope.
He's 23 again.
No balls and 2 strikes to have ever been able to run like that, right?
Well, I will never know what that is like, but to be able to know that I can recover.
Strike 3 called.
Good pitch by Peter Lambert, who brought the fuel. He can reach back in those 2-strike counts with the fastball, and he got back to 95 on this one and dotted that outside corner.
3rd strikeout for Peter Lambert. And there's 2 away. Brock Rodden, who hit a fly ball to left field in his first major league at bat, steps in here with 2 outs and a runner on first. Swing and a miss.
Rodden, 5'7", versatile, can play all over the infield, playing shortstop tonight. He can run a little bit.
There's the 0-1 foul back. It's no balls and 2 strikes. I had said that Colt Emerson had been optioned out. He was placed on the injured list, and that allowed the roster spot for Brock Rodden.
Turns out he was dealing with a little bit of a wrist injury that was kind of lingering. Trying to fight through it.
Yeah, the first report I saw was that he had been sent out, but instead it was an injury. Here's the 0-2. This is upstairs. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a tough stretch for the Seattle Mariners after these. Before they came here, it was 3 in New York against the Yankees, 3 here against the Astros. They go to Milwaukee after this. 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Throw down to first, seals the deal. That'll retire the side.
The wins post All-Star break, and some guys who have changed the outcomes of the game with what they're doing at the plate. You hear that quote, as he goes, we go, or in this case, they go. Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and even Cam Smith lately. The offense just leading the Astros to some wins, to good outcomes. Their numbers and wins there. Nothing new on the top 2 guys, but Cam Smith coming around in a big way. Blummer, Joe saying the work has been good, performance outstanding, but he's coming up with some clutch hits.
Cam Smith to left center. Randy Arozarena there to make the catch. 1 away here in the 4th inning. Astros leading at 5-2. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Mariners. The Astros with 5 runs on 5 hits.
I like it. That was a mistake by Cam. He just missed that pitch. But what I like is that's the mistake now. It's not the chase, it's not the check swings, it's not the strikeouts or the soft contact. He's actually taking some swings with intent and just missing them.
And there's one thing about missing, and there's another thing about missing when a guy like George Kirby's on the mound, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just missed that sweet spot. You could hear it off the bat. Christian Vasquez walked and scored. All part of a 4-run 2nd inning.
It was a 44-pitch inning.
Yeah.
Then the bottom of the 3rd was an 8-pitch inning.
And no one ever got up.
Yeah, they were just letting him work himself through it.
Yeah, Kirby has had a 13-pitch inning, an 8-pitch inning, and like you said, 44-pitch inning.
Ooh, man. You don't see too many of those. Usually the bullpen's up to protect those arms these days, but Dan Wilson, former catcher, letting Kirby go out there and figure it out, and he's still sending him out there. It's the bullpen that's been a little bit of an issue also during this tough stretch for the Mariners. They can't get to Munoz. Munoz has been wipeout, shut down.
Well, Mariners were shut out yesterday 1-0. But in the first 2 games in New York, it's upstairs, it's 3-2. First 2 games in New York, they allowed 9 runs in the 7th inning in those 2 games. 5 and a 4 spot. When George Kirby pitched against the Astros in April in Seattle, he went 7 2/3. Gave up 2 runs on 7 hits. All the Astros runs came in the 5th inning. May 11th, he pitched here at Daikin Park. Gave up 1 run in 5 innings. But the Astros, as I said, were able to run that pitch count up, got him to 99 pitches. And his evening was done. Topped over the left side. Broughton can't make the play. A bit of a do or die for the man making his major league debut here tonight. He was not able to come up with it. That'll be a base hit.
I think if Rodden had a little more experience in the big leagues and understood who was at the plate, he might have sat back a little bit and tried to play the bigger hop right here. Instead, got caught in between and tried to go to that do or die like Esh was talking about, and hit off the thumb of the glove. But I think if you sit back a little bit, maybe force Christian Vasquez to hustle, you still got a chance.
A 1-out single for Christian Vasquez. Jeremy Pena high in the air. Cole Young is there. He'll grab it. There's 2 away. Time to take a look at our Chevy Stropole. We got working here tonight here in the opener of this 3-game series on Hall of Fame weekend. Which Astro Hall of Fame pitcher would be the most exciting one-on-one matchup against Yordan Alvarez? Would it be J.R. Richard, Mike Scott, Billy Wagner? We'll sleep on Roy Oswald. That's Space City HN/Stropole. It's a good one tonight.
It is a good one. I paid money to watch any of those matchups. There's one in particular I'm kind of curious about. We'll have to wait and see.
One ball and no strikes to Yordan Alvarez. Yordan got the scoring started for the Astros with his 36th home run of the season. That was in the first inning. Take strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Yordan Alvarez. Yordan was intentionally walked after a 3-ball count in the second. There's a hammer to right field on a line. Wow. Somebody's getting locked in again.
You are correct. Just another base hit over 100+ miles an hour off the bat. Elevated 95. And a sweet swing of Yordan on our matches from Supermo.
Been amazing to watch. Here's Isaac Paredes. Astros had something tonight you don't see very often. Isaac Paredes had a 2-run infield single. Part of that 4-run second inning. It's upstairs. It's 1-0 to Isaac Paredes. That's here with 2 on and 2 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Astros leading the opener of this 3-game series 5-2. Pulled the string there on the curveball. It's 1-1. Wow, throw to second base. And they get Christian Vasquez.
He's walking off.
He's walking off. I think he thinks he's done.
Got him.
Yep. That'll retire the side, so we'll look at it one more time. Is presented by Houston Methodist. This weekend we will induct Phil Garner and Alan Ashby into the Astros Hall of Fame. Learn more at astros.com/HOF.
That is a pretty cool moment right there.
That's his grandkids.
Oh,
They had heard the stories and now they see it for real here. Congratulations to Alan Ashby and the family of Phil Garner.
you see Gar in the background.
Yep. Well, 5th inning baseball here from Dyken Park. 5-2 Astros on top, leading the Seattle Mariners. That's strike 1. To the top of the order, Cole Young. Young 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Kevin Eschenfelder sitting in for Todd Callis here for these next couple of games. On the ground, Altuve is there. 1 away on a couple of pitches here in the 5th inning. This has been kind of the story for Peter Lambert. There might be an inning in which gets a little rocky. He's able to right the ship and kind of grind his way through. And the next thing you know, you're looking up at the box score and he's got 6 innings in the books. Working here in the 5th. Now there's a ball got loose down the right field or down the left field line. Now Bennett Sousa started to throw for the Astros in the bullpen. And Mia Rosarena takes tight ball 1.
Lefty Bennett Sousa getting loose. You're right though, Peter Lambert's had to kind of grind throughout his career, and I think that's what keeps him calm on the mound a little bit. But that pitch count ramping up. Now 83, I believe, after that pitch. So he might be wanting to protect that.
He is, in his 20 starts this season, he has allowed more than 3 runs just 3 times, 3 earned runs. He has been a model of consistency, and you wonder where the Astros would be without him. When Hunter Brown went out, he was the steadying force in that starting rotation. It caught a bit of the zone.
Looked like it did.
3-0, make it 3-1. Lambert started against the Mariners on May 11th, went 7 innings in that one and gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. His mound opponent in that game was George Kirby. Mariners won that game 3-1. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Randy Arozarena, and he hit him. A changeup that just got away from him.
Yeah, it's tough to show intent when it's a changeup that gets you in the rib cage. That was a changeup just got away. They were trying to fool him in that 3-2 count.
9th hit by pitch for Peter Lambert this season.
All In All the Time is presented by Daly and Black, and most games going 5+ innings as a starter for the Astros this season. Peter Lambert trying to add to that total by getting a couple of outs. Maybe a ground ball right here would help him out. Hunter Brown just behind him. These are active guys on the team for the Astros. Pretty incredible to think about, and that kind of goes to what you were talking about, Ash, the importance of Lambert in this rotation, not just going out there and competing every 5 days, he's also giving you some length.
Do you think about Hunter Brown at the top of that list right behind Peter Lambert? He's missed a month and a half of the season, so it's off the plate to Dominic Canzone.
Command's just been a little bit wonky for Peter Lambert.
Arozarena at first base after being hit by a pitch, and that one is hammered to right, but that is, where's that going to stop?
Wow, that's up in the Ultra Lounge.
Wow. He's got big pop. You saw it right there. He's got the head out a little bit too quick.
It's Yordan territory up there. Into the top tank here in Houston. That was a beautiful foul ball for a strike.
You got seats up there. You're not expected to get a foul ball. 2 balls and a strike. His 90 pitches for Peter Lambert. Trying to fight his way through here in this 5th inning. Two and 2.
Canzone was not happy with himself for taking that pitch.
Canzone, a breakout last year with an 840 OPS. He's up around 820 this season. Batting in the 3-hole for this Seattle Mariners team. A swing and a miss. Got him. There's 2 away.
This changeup a little bit better than the one he hit Arozarena with. Nice little fader to the left-handed hitting Canzone. Great location on that one.
That way, he'd been more about the location than the movement and the change of speeds. So 2 away. Julio Rodriguez is 1 for 2. J-Rod with a double in the 1st inning. Extended his on-base streak. He's now reached base in 13 straight games. And Christian Vasquez is going to challenge this one.
The pitch is called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The call is confirmed. Houston has exhausted its allotment of challenges for the rest of regulation.
A little more than a half an inch. The Astros out of challenges. Mariners still with one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. Again, this time comes with the curveball, but again, adding and subtracting as far as the velocity is concerned, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He'll break this one out every once in a while. They'll list that as a slur, but I'm with you, a little more of a curveball action to it. Slow roller, getting in there and getting the swing and miss.
Well, Lambert stepping away, making sure he and Vasquez on the same page. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's 2 away. There's a Rosarena, and it doesn't matter. Swing and a miss. Peter Lambert ends his night in style as he pitches 5 strong. The Astros lead at 5-2.
Runs here now in the bottom of the 5th, but it's Hall of Fame weekend too, so we're talking this series obviously, but we're also talking about some of the Hall of Famers that are in town, including Astros orange jacket holder here, Mike Scott, retired number as well, no big deal, but also playing and pitching to Alan Ashby, who's getting inducted tomorrow. Your good friend.
Yes.
You excited for him?
Totally, and I'm telling you, my career was better with him catching me. You don't think about it till it's all said and done, but I was so comfortable with him behind the plate, and I wasn't one of those pitchers that said I need him to catch for me. But if I saw the lineup, and mostly it was Ash catching, I was happy.
Yeah, for sure. And when he talks about it, he had nothing to do with your career in an Astros uniform, but you're saying he did have an impact. Catchers make a huge impact. Right?
It's just we had a rhythm, and I very rarely shook him off, and I'm not waiting for him to give me a signal, a sign to pitch, and then go with that. I knew what I was going to throw, but always we were on. I probably shook him off 5 times a game at the most, and we're throwing. We just were in sync.
Right. So fun to look back on some of those highlights. Of course, the no-hitter comes up all the time. I know you get asked about it all the time. It's actually just talking about that last pitch to Will Clark wasn't a good one, is what he said.
Not. We talked about that. And I was talking to Ash today. I said, when I threw it, I didn't know how bad it was till I saw the replay. I go, wow, how did he miss that? Ooh.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It still makes me nervous to watch because I still think he's going to get a hit, but he didn't.
Oh, it's so good, though. But thinking back to those times and those teams, and getting together with some of the guys for this weekend, what is that like for you?
It's great because you retire, you're done, you're out of it, but you get to come back and see some friends, and Gar and Ash going into the Hall of Fame is just absolutely a no-brainer. It kind of brings you back. It brings you back, and it's fun to be here.
Telling some of those good stories for back then. Let me think of it. There's the other question I want to ask you about Alan Ashby. There was a Game 4 in LCS.
Yes.
Of course, you pitched lights out, but then you needed Ashby with a little offense, too, to help win the game.
Ash and Dickie Thon hit home runs. And there's 2 guys that you're not counting on hitting home runs. And, you look back, and it's some of the stuff that wow, I forgot how good that. I forgot Phil Garner made the best play I've ever seen at third base that game. He dove on a base hit. Ray Knight hit it. Probably the only guy you could throw out at first base with the match, and Guard threw him out. But if that ball gets by, it's a tie game with runners scoring. And it's little things like that other people forget, but I don't.
I know, and it comes right back to you, too.
Oh, yeah.
Good. It's so good. Well, tomorrow, I'm glad you're hanging around tomorrow, too. Tell me more about just this weekend and being together with the guys. What are you looking forward to tomorrow? I know you've been through the ceremony before, but you'll get to sit and watch.
I'm looking forward to Alan Ashby throwing out the first pitch.
He's really worried about it.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. Hey, I just shot put it out there. That's what he did when he threw the ball back to me when he was catching. You just got to do one of those.
You gave him some advice. I mean, he's talked about his shoulder.
Oh, well, we're all old. Everything hurts.
We're so glad you came in town for this and for spending some time. I know we'll see you tomorrow as well, but thanks for everything.
Thanks.
Good to see you, Kevin.
I love the fact these guys lobbing strays at one another left and right. And it speaks to the camaraderie that they had during that time, that they're all back now, and how much they enjoy coming back. Strike three to Taylor Trammell. And think about the Astros making that trade, and with the New York Mets sending Danny Heap to the Mets, and you got to, for all intents and purposes, really was a no-name pitcher with Mike Scott at the time. And as it would turn out, Danny Heap would be the 4,000th strikeout victim of Nolan Ryan right there at the Astrodome. Altuve bats with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Astros on top 5-2. On this Hall of Fame weekend, honoring Alan Ashby and Phil Garner. 2-0. Half of George Kirby's 88 pitches came in the Astros' 4-run second inning. That was his 89th pitch. It's 2-1. Last 3 starts against Houston, Kirby with an ERA of 1.45. Broken bat base hit into left field. That was before tonight, in which the Astros have gotten to Kirby for 5 runs so far here in these first 4 2/3.
Two-seamer running in. You can see that hit towards the label on Altuve's bat. It's still strong enough to be able to put that out there in left field and add to his season and career hit totals.
Yeah, good to see Jose right there. Michael Rucker is getting warm in the Mariners bullpen, and it's Souza doing the same for the Astros. Dalton Varsho's 0 for 2. Altuve goes, throw down, and Jose Altuve in there with his 3rd stolen base of the season. Good time to run, gets into scoring position with 2 outs.
That's not a real big part of Altuve's game.
Wasn't a big lead either.
Just decided to take off, got in there easy.
And for a guy who missed his last game with a sore foot, that's a good sign as well. There's the 0-2 pitch. Nope, they're going to.
Well, at least he went to the right base.
Exactly. If they'd picked him off, it wouldn't have been the first time that somebody had been picked off second base here today. You got Christian Vasquez in the 4th inning. 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dalton Varsho. Altuve with a 2-out single. He's at second after a stolen base. Well, the Astros with that 4-run second inning, and it all started with 2 outs and nobody on. They score 4 runs on 4 hits, including a 2-run infield single by Isaac Paredes. Looking to add on here, leading by 3, 5-2. 1-2 pitch to Varsho. It was 2-2. Pitch number 97 coming up from George Kirby. Count holds. Astros have won 7 of their last 9 here at home, but just a game over 500 here at home. Astros looking to match a season high of 3 games over 500. Coming in 62 and 60. 2-game lead on the Texas Rangers in the American League West, who's in 2nd place. Mariners 5 games back in 3rd place. 2-2. Count goes full. Christian Walker waits on deck. It's outside, ball 4, and Jose Altuve takes another bag. So now it'll be runners at the corners as Altuve skips into 3rd base, and this is going to be the end of the night. 99 pitches, and Dan Wilson is going to make a call to the bullpen. So Kirby goes 4 2/3. New pitcher when we return.
Big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Astros, the official source for your Houston Astros gear. Back here at Daikin Park, George Kirby's night is finally done. He's responsible for the runners at 1st and 3rd. Michael Rucker coming into this game, 24 games and a 5.18 ERA. You saw that ERA jump last time out. He went 1/3 of an inning on the 11th in New York. Got the blown save and the loss, going 1/3 of an inning, giving up 4 earned runs.
Well, Rucker, 32 years old. He is a local guy. He's from Auburn, Washington. Went to Riverside High School and works here to Christian Walker with runners on the corners and 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. Never faced the Astros. 1-1.
How about George Kirby? Only 7 swings and misses tonight against the Astros. They made him work.
A very un-George Kirby-like. Good plan tonight the Astros went in with.
And they're doing just a good enough job laying off some of those pitches on the edges.
1-1, and that is just foul. Just wide of the bag. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Christian Walker. Walker 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the 3rd inning. The Astros, after the day off yesterday, their bullpen is in good shape. Now here's the numbers as far as the bullpen usage. Bizardo, Ferreira, and Munoz pitched in yesterday's game in relief of Logan Gilbert. And that 1-0 shutout.
Now if they can get to Munoz with a lead, their bullpen's usually in pretty good shape. It's just having trouble getting there.
Yep. One and 2 to Walker. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it seems that even though, whether it was Kirby or now with Rucker, when Mariner pitchers have gotten ahead in the count, the Astros have been able to work their way back into counts in this game. Foul back.
That's a good point. Astros got swing happy in a couple of those games on the road trip. Lost a couple of those games where they got a little swing happy, having some quick innings, but a tendency to wear down the pitcher usually bodes well for the team overall.
Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Rucker went to spring training, didn't make the team out of spring training. See where this one is. Cutter cut just wide.
Good take by Walk.
3 and 2. Walker on the ground. Long throw, and he'll get his man. That'll retire the side. Astros leave a pair, and after 5, lead it 5-2. SCHN is presented by Genesis, sponsored locally by your Houston area Genesis retailer. Welcome to Genesis. By Gallery Furniture, buy your furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers free tonight. And by Nava Law Group. You got hurt? Make them pay. DoNotSettle.com. A new pitcher here for the Astros in relief of Peter Lambert, and they'll go to the left-hander Bennett Souza, who comes on for the 16th time this season.
That ERA sitting at 3 flat in 15 games. He's got 13 strikeouts in those 12 innings. This will be his first appearance against the Seattle Mariners this season.
Souza last worked on Tuesday, went an inning and a third in that one. Gets ahead in the count to Josh Naylor. That game Tuesday in San Francisco. Allowed a hit, struck out 3. No balls and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. Naylor drove in the second run of the game for the Mariners. Sacrifice fly to right field. Mariners scored 2 in the first. That has been it for Seattle. Astros got 1 in the first. Naylor did not like that, but didn't challenge.
That was a pretty good pitch. Filthy slider at the bottom of the zone. Made it a tough swing decision for Naylor. You see it on our UTMD Anderson strike zone.
Gave the pump fake. He looked like he was going for the top of the helmet. Instead, just grabbed the face guard. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. 2-2. Peter Lambert went 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, both earned. Walked 2, struck out 6. Threw 96 pitches. Had trouble finding the zone, but was able to navigate his way through it. 60 of those 96 for strikes. That's on the line to right. Back on it is Cam Smith. And Cam, he dropped it, or did he secure it? He did not. So Naylor's going to head into second base. Here's the throw, and Naylor in with the single. With the double, I beg your pardon. But it looked like Cam was going to be able to get there, but he wasn't able to secure it. That's a 2-base hit.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard, 106.2 off the bat.
Hit the heel of the glove, didn't it?
Sure did. Just not able to squeeze it. Kind of rattled off that thumb a little bit as he went airborne to try and make that play.
Brendan Donovan's 1 for 2. It's 0-1. Well, we've seen Cam make that play so many times this season. He's able to outrun the baseball. That time maybe he overran the baseball a little bit.
I think he jumped a little early. Yeah, those plays have almost become routine.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. Back up the middle off the glove of Souza. They'll throw him out at first, but that'll allow Naylor to get into third base. Just ticked right off the top of the glove of Bennett Souza.
Nice play by
1 away.
Jeremy. See the aerial coverage provided on our wire cam by Defy as that ball tipped off Souza and into the lap of Jeremy Pena, who made a good exchange to get Donovan. Built 163.
Cal Raleigh's 0 for 1. Raleigh with a leadoff walk in the second inning. 0-1. It's 0-2. Raleigh couldn't pull the trigger.
So let's look at some of the slug numbers from last year to this year for Cal Raleigh. Again, he's a switch hitter, so this is from both sides of the plate. But kind of amazing, you go from a 600 to a 0 in that up and away or up and in quadrant, with some huge fall-offs in slugging numbers for Cal Raleigh this season in comparison to last season. Pretty amazing to see that happen. But again, you said it earlier, Ash, it's hard to explain.
Yeah. Also, I think, too, Plummer, you speak to this, is that we're talking about a guy that did not go. the leader of this organization, the leader of this team, and to be able to struggle like this, you see the numbers, even against the fastball that he's not been able to, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's remarkable, because fastball arguably it's not the easiest pitch, but it's an easier pitch to hit because there's no movement. This day and age, it's just straight velocity, but to hit it that well last year and not that this year.
Strike 3 called. Ooh, big punch out right there with a runner at third base.
Came back with a nice little slider on that outside edge. They wanted it down and in, but this one backed up and grabbed that outside edge, and Raleigh knew it.
So Victor Robles. And Robles with a base hit, a 2-out RBI single for Victor Robles on the first pitch he sees from Bennett Sousa. Now it's a 5-3 game. Back to the bottom of the order now, and Brock Rodden. Again, making his major league debut here tonight. Fly out and a strikeout. Mariners now 3 runs on 6 hits. The Astros with those 5 runs on 8 hits. Mariners scoring for the first time since the first inning. Comes here in the 6th. Oh, 0-1 to Brock Rodden. 0-2. Want to know if that's the top of the zone.
Well, it better not be the pitch before that. Another 3 inches higher than that last pitch.
Good crowd here tonight as we begin Hall of Fame weekend. There's a runner, and there's a swing and a miss. And a 3-pitch strikeout to end the 6th inning, but the Mariners get on the board. It's 5-3.
Catch the Astros in Spanish on Saturday as they take on the Mariners, only on SCHN2 and streaming on SCHN Plus. Here's our boys, Danny and Gene.
Cam Smith leads it off in the home half of the 6th inning. Astros on top 5-2. All the scoring coming early for both of these teams for the most part. Seattle got 2 in the first, added a run here in the 6th. The Astros would love to answer back after the Astros got a run in the first and then a 4 spot in the 2nd inning. I said 5-2, 5-3 the score. Cam with an RBI triple in that 4-run 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2. 2-1.
I'd love to see the Astros go out there and get a couple more or answer back.
Yep. Michael Rucker in his 2nd inning of work. Pitched in college at Gonzaga and BYU. And a little swinging bunt. Rucker off the mound. He'll throw to first and had to hurry and got his man. One thing about it, when Cam Smith is getting down the line, you know you don't have any time to waste. Rucker able to make the play.
Yeah, he's a big man, so you kind of take it for granted, but he doesn't give up on any of these plays. He continues to hustle. Made that one real close.
Christian Vasquez has reached both of his plate appearances. Walked and scored. He had a single, was picked off second base. High in the air, Kyle Raleigh is there. Gets rid of the glove, and 1 pitch out makes it 2 away here in the 6th.
Time now for Astros trivia, powered by Reliant. In what year did the Astros retire a player's jersey for the first time? Good question on this Hall of Fame weekend. Astros Trivia powered by Reliant.
Top of the order, Jeremy Pena. He just 1 for 3.
He got stuck in the webbing of Cal Raleigh's glove.
Sure did.
Yep, timeout, need a new one. Catcher's gloves take a beating as he reached down. That one caught in the webbing and got stuck. Almost came all the way through.
Yep, next one would.
Less than ideal.
Find the Mariners version of Javier Bracamonte.
Believe it. Love Doctor.
1 ball and no strikes. Jeremy Pena. The bats with 2 outs in the 6th. The Astros with a 2-run lead, 5-3. One and one. Big crowd tonight. The Hall of Fame induction festivities tomorrow night. You see that on our Astros on Deck show in the pregame.
Getting a diagnosis.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Prognosis negative on that catcher's mitt.
I don't know. If it ends up in the trash can, yeah.
I don't think that'll be the case. They'll do what they can to save the patient. Swing and a miss. That's good work by Michael Rucker. The Astros go down in the 6th, but lead at 5-3.
Talk about the bullpen and how good they've been going back to June 3rd. So that was the day that Josh Hader returned from the IL, and he told us he wanted to come back ready to go, and he was. Everything falling into place. Stephen Okert has been very strong every time he gets called, and Brian Abreu, we've seen him improve, working tirelessly to clean up things mechanically. The velo's even back ran, but this group a game changer the last few months for the Astros. Blummer.
Sure has. It's been a lot of fun to watch, and this has kind of been the back end, going from Okert to Abreu to Hader. And even everyday Okert kind of turned into, every once in a while, Okert, more leverage Okert. But he's got great numbers. 2.11 was that ERA, as you saw on the year for him. Pitched in 3 games on that road trip, went 3 1/3 of shutout baseball. A couple of strikeouts, a couple of hits in the 3 outings he had on the road.
Top of the order for the Seattle Mariners. It's Cole Young, who is 0 for 3. Leads it off here in the top of the 7th inning. Astros with a 5-3 lead. They'll take the opener of this 3-game series. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now we talk about what Peter Lambert has meant to the starting rotation. You could say the same for that guy right there, what he has meant to this bullpen. It doesn't matter what role you have needed him in all season long. He's come through for Joe Espada's bunch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout to start the 7th inning as Cole Young goes down swinging.
Okert throws that slider a bunch, and you can see why with that action and then the swing. You can vary the speeds on that pitch, which will vary the shape of it. Been very effective for him over the years.
Well, a dangerous hitter here in Randy Arozarena. Arozarena single to right field. 1 out single for Randy Arozarena. He's got a 2-hit night working tonight. Come as no surprise, he is playing the Astros. Look, he's saved his best against Houston. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in Dominic Canzone. RBI single, run scored for Canzone in the first inning. Walked in the third, struck out in the fifth. 1 ball and no strikes to Dominic Canzone. Brian Abreu warming up in the Astros bullpen. That one right back up the middle. Pena there, steps on the bag, throws to first base, and a double play. Everyday Oakert does it again. A hit, nobody left. Double play ball gets the Astros out of it. 7th inning stretch time. It's time for that 7th inning stretch presented by Texas Mattress Makers. Seventh inning stretch time here in Houston. The Astros leading the Seattle Mariners 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning.
This drive around the league is presented by Christian Brothers Automotive. Place we just left, San Francisco, will host the 2028 MLB All-Star Game. Edwin Diaz has blown 3 of the last 4 save opportunities as the Dodgers closer. And some tough news for the Rangers. A couple of starters, veterans going potentially on the injured list for sure for Eovaldi. DeGrom, right tricep issue, but elbow inflammation, losing 2 of their starters down the stretch. They're down early in Anaheim as well. Or in Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas. Let me rattle off 9 more cities until at Philadelphia Athletics.
Keep Kansas City.
Gosh.
Jordan leads it off against Gabe Spire. Bottom of the 7th inning, he takes strike 2. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Jordan 2 for 9 in his career with a home run against Gabe Spire. Is homered here tonight, hit his 36th home run of the season in the first inning. It has reached all 3 times. Hit an absolute rope with a single, a 2-out single in the 4th inning. And this one to left center field coming over. Robles will make the catch. Another ball that was squared up off the barrel.
Tomorrow, 10,000 fans will receive a Yordan Alvarez home run train bobblehead, and 1 lucky fan will find a golden bobblehead to receive free gas for a year, presented by Phillips 66. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions.
I need to get one of those. Not necessarily that one, the other one.
I could use a gold.
Well, I mean, I could use it, but I
bobble,
think there may be some kind of a conflict of interest if I ended up with it.
Then I'll take it. There's no shame in my game.
You're not above it, right?
No way.
Here's the 0-1 to Isaac Paredes. And Paredes fouling this one along the left side. It's 0-2. Isaac with a rare 2-run infield single in that 4-run second inning. Astros haven't scored since. They'd love to play a little add-on here in the late innings. Leading at 5-3. 1-2. So Gabe Spire, the 31-year-old from Santa Barbara. Wednesday at New York, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 straight hits and took the loss in that game. Cue shot to the right side. Naylor is there, and he'll go to the bag himself. There's 2 away. And now a word from Topo Chico.
Hola, Houston. There's no better way to celebrate baseball than with Topo Chico Hard Margarita. Make your game day fresh.
Well, Taylor Trammell bats here with 2 outs. Nobody on in the 7th inning. Our lefty's hitting just 167 against Gabe Spire this season. Trammell asked for time. Taylor's another guy that's been swinging the bat better here in these last 3 weeks. Drops this one down. That was in foul territory. Was touched by Cal Raleigh. So Cal to go to no balls and 2 strikes. Spire worked against the Astros on April 12th. Didn't give up a run. Did allow a couple of base runners. A single to Jordan, and he hit Isaac Paredes, who was able to keep the Astros from scoring. Oh, 2 pitch. Astros looking, they're going to come out and check on Taylor Trammell to catch part of the baseball on the bat, or on his hand, I should say.
I'm not sure. It had to be on the bunt.
Had to be, yeah, the bunt. That's what I was thinking about.
Foul ball on the bunt must have clipped that finger, because he didn't swing at that last pitch. Might have a view of it right here. See the hand wrapped all the way around, but it caught that pointer finger on the left hand. Getting pinched in between the baseball and the barrel, that's not going to feel good at all.
Definitely, that was the case. That left index finger, you're right. Trammell will stay in there. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to Taylor Trammell. Tough left on left matchup here. Two and two. Well, the Mariners bullpen is what let them down a bit in that series against the New York Yankees. Strike 3 called. That'll retire the side. We'll go to the 8th inning. The Astros leading it 5-3.
Fans will receive a Tatsuya Imai jersey this Sunday, presented by Zip Air. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions. Hey, Kevin, Brian Abreu celebrated his 500th strikeout yesterday on the off day with a little get-together with his family and friends. There's a lot to celebrate, though, about Brian Abreu the second half of the season. Yeah, quite the accomplishment, not only the 500th strikeout, but the way he has been able to turn his season around. And we talked about that date of June 3rd. That was the return of Josh Hader, the numbers that he has been able to turn around in a big way. The 1.14 ERA in his last 24 appearances that started on June the 3rd. Works to Julio Rodriguez, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The number that stands out to me is the fact that he just couldn't find the zone. First 22 appearances, he walked 23 batters. The last 24, he has walked 7.
Yeah, the reemergence of Josh Hader and the emergence of a cutter for Brian Abreu has actually helped him get it back in that zone, and it's been a very effective pitch for him. We're starting to see some of that velocity come back in the mid to upper 90s. When you start to get that velo back, it makes those secondary pitches just a little bit better when you're trying to fight off that heat.
It's 3-1 to Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez 1 for 3, a double in the first inning. Here's the 3-1. Foul back. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And it's should be noted too that that June 3rd number, not only does it coincide with the return of Josh Hader, it also was about the time in which Astros starters started going deeper into games, which
that definitely helps.
Put everybody in the bullpen into place.
No, there are much more defined roles when you get starting pitchers going deeper in games and you get your closer back.
Well, a leadoff walk here to Julio Rodriguez.
Going to answer our trivia question, powered by Reliant. And we asked you, in what year did the Astros retire a player's jersey for the first time? And it was 1965. Jim Umbright going in there, number 32. With that Colt 45 logo on there.
There goes J-Rod, throw down, and picks up the stolen base. 16th stolen base of the season for Julio Rodriguez.
A decent jump off Brian Abreu. That throw just didn't get there in time from Christian Javier. So runner in scoring position for the Seattle Mariners on the legs of Julio Rodriguez.
One-0 pitch. Went off the bat and fouled it off, and Naylor smiling at home plate umpire. Man, it's a tough way to take a strike against this guy. Naylor with a sacrifice fly, driving in the second run of the first inning for the Mariners. Also with a double and a run scored in the sixth. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's 2-1.
Let's take a peek at some outfield arms presented by Lone Star College. Cam Smith. That red light going to be a little tentative with the ball hit right at him. And then you've got Varsho and Trammell out there. A bit of a hazard warning on them. They're going to compete with Julio Rodriguez's speed.
2-2. Abreu pitched on Wednesday. Perfect inning in San Francisco, a perfect 8th inning. Struck out 2. Now Naylor will ask for time. Leadoff walk to Julio Rodriguez. He stole second. That is where he stands right now with a 2-2 count on Josh Naylor. Walker is there, able to snag it. He'll toss to Abreu. What a play by Christian Walker. He's done it all year long, and in fact, he's done it all through his career. Gold Glove caliber defensive first baseman.
Good play going to his left. Let's take a look at our Allstate Good Hands replay. Ball hit around 83 miles an hour off the bat, but good jump by Christian, moving to his left, making a good grab on a tough hop and an easy flip to Brian Abreu to get that first out of the inning.
Well, Brendan Donovan bats with 1 out, a runner at third base. It's 2-0. Brian Abreu trying to keep it right here as a 2-run game. On the ground, that'll score the run. Pena to first. We got a 1-run game. It's 5-4. The Astros were playing the infield back, and now it's a one-run game.
Yeah, the Mariners done a good job of just pecking away, getting back into this game a little bit. Just one run down now.
That ends a string of 13 consecutive scoreless outings for Brian Abreu. Now Raleigh fouls that one back. Now Raleigh 0 for 2. Strikeout and a walk. Also had a fly out to center field. Well, you're right. The Mariners just kind of chipping away. A run in the 6th and now another run here in the 8th. The Astros did all their scoring in the first 2 frames. 1 in the 1st and 4 in the 2nd. It's 1-1. Peter Lambert started it. Bennett Souza worked the 6th inning. Stephen Okert worked the 7th. And here's Abreu trying to get through the 8th. Two and 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs with a run in here in the 8th. Count's full. And a walk, 2nd of the inning. Issued by Brian Abreu. Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Come your way tomorrow starting at 5:30 with the pregame show. Emerson Hancock on the mound. 2-0 record against the Astros. Goes against Hayden Wesneski. Has been very good in his 3 starts for the Astros since coming off the injured list with Tommy John surgery. Coverage again begins tomorrow starting at 5 o'clock. And of course, all the festivities coming up of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's the Astros Hall of Fame expanding by 2. A 1-run game here in the 8th inning. Brian Abreu has issued his 2nd walk of the inning. Mariners with a run on a ground out RBI by Brendan Donovan. Now the tying run is at first base in Cal Raleigh. Shows bunt, able to pull it back. It's 1-0. Robles with a 2-out RBI single in the 6th. Make it a 5-3 game. It's 1-1. Cal Raleigh at first base with a 2-out walk. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again shows bunt, drops it down. Brian Abreu there. He'll throw to first base, but not in time as he went with the underhand throw, or the underhand toss, and it's not in time. And now runners at first and second for the bottom of the order in Brock Rodden.
Ryan, the only one that could get to this one. He just kind of hoped that he would have grabbed that and maybe given a little more firm toss over the top. Decided to get quick there with the flip. Getting Wilson out of the dugout. Makes you wonder if they're going to pinch run for Raleigh at second base.
Exactly what they're going to do. Yeah, it's going to be Weston Wilson who's going to come in and pinch run at second base. Weston Wilson, the guy who hit the solo home run yesterday in the 1-0 Mariners win. So he'll be at second base. Brian Abreu trying to focus on the man at the plate. That is Brock Rodden making his major league debut tonight. And he is 0 for 3.
Yeah, you've got to be on the attack. The young man right here. Get in the zone early and then go to your put away pitches.
Brian King starting to move around in the Astros bullpen. Missed with the slider. It's 1-0. Rodden to right field. Cam Smith over. He's not going to get there, and that'll bounce out of play. So 1 run will score on the double, and that'll tie this game at 5. First major league hit for Brock Rodden is an RBI double that ties this game at 5.
Yeah, the 2 walks in this inning have come around to score. That was just a cutter middle in that Rodden got around and was able to keep fair as it hopped up into the stands.
Well, not done yet, because now it's to the top of the order. And Cole Young takes strike 1.
The way this Mariners offense is gone, I did not anticipate the 7, 8, 9 guys doing the damage.
First major league hit, first run driven in for Brock Rodden. He's at a big time to swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Got a piece of it. Count holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. Walk the leadoff man. Usually good things are not going to happen, and that was the case here. Abreu with a leadoff walk to Julio Rodriguez, then got the next 2, but then a walk to Cal Raleigh. Back-to-back hits. Robles with a single and Brock Rodden with an RBI double to tie this game at 5. Popped up left side. Isaac Paredes is there. But big 8th inning for the Seattle Mariners. They tie it at 5.
Look at Cam Smith's at bat earlier in this one. The Astros getting to George Kirby. Cam Smith with a great at bat. Seeing the ball well lately, but he waits. He's ready for this pitch. He knows he has extra bases here, but he's going to make it all the way to third for a triple. Some heads up base running there, and he's going to drive in another game-time run. He's been doing a lot of that lately, Blummer.
Well, that's a really good point. Some of these hits that Cam has got have been in clutch situations. Going to need some more clutch tonight as the Mariners have fought back. The Astros scoring in the first 2 innings and nothing since. They got a new pitcher coming into this game. It's going to be Eduard Bazardo. He's got a lot of experience against the Astros. 13 previous games, 4 games already this season against the Astros. He's gone 3 2/3. He gives up a weekly hit ground ball to Jose Altuve.
First pitch swinging, and Altuve 1 away. Well, Bizardo, the 30-year-old from Venezuela. You see Johnny Pareda is now catching for the Mariners. Cal Raleigh out of this game. Bizardo in his 4th season with the Mariners. Last worked on Thursday at New York. Scoreless 7th inning. Did walk a pair in that inning. Works to Dalton Varsho here. Varsho 0 for 2 with a walk. Astros trying to jumpstart this offense after scoring 5 runs in their first 2 innings. Fouled back. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Not been a ton of traffic since then either. They left a runner on in the 4th and left 2 on in the 5th, but that's been just about it. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout, Dalton Varsho. Enjoy the Astros Light Up the Park, presented by Houston Methodist at Dyken Park, December 4th through January 3rd. Perfect for all ages. Get tickets by visiting astros.com/lightupthepark. Christian Walker's 1 for 3. It's 1-0. Nearly 31,000 here tonight at the ballpark. Friday night baseball. First of a 9-game homestand. First of 3 with the Mariners. Then the Angels and the A's will come to town. That one right on a line, but Cole Young is right there for it. And we'll go to the 9th inning in a 5-5 game. Josh Hader coming on for the Astros. By Academy Sports and Outdoors, fun can't lose. By Standard Insurance, now it's time for you to save. And by your local Toyota dealers, Toyota, let's go places. Hall of Fame weekend, Phil Garner and Alan Ashby being inducted into the Astros Hall of Fame. 5-5 game as we go to the 9th inning, and Josh Hader on for the Astros.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game where it's at. It's going to face a 2-3-4 in the order for the Astros. On the season has a 0.96 ERA, and that whip at 0.71. He has been very good. Nice 3 outings on that road trip. Picked up 2 saves and a W. Went 2 innings in Frisco to pick up that win.
Yeah, first time this season he has gone multiple innings, and he's quickly ahead of Randy Arozarena. No balls and 2 strikes. He'll face 2, 3, and 4, the heart of this order for the Seattle Mariners. Count holds at 0-2. Well, the Mariners, a team that have struggled to score runs even with the win yesterday to snap the 6-game losing streak. Won that game 1-0. Like you said, they just kept chipping away and chipping away after scoring 2 in the first. There's a swing and a miss. 1 away in the 9th.
It's a pretty good slider from Josh Hader to a hitter that hits the Astros pretty good, but no answers. That one just backs up, and Arozarena gets big over the top of it.
Mariners got 2 in the first. The Astros led this game 5-2 going into the 6th inning. But a run in the 6th and 2 more in the 8th for the Mariners makes it a 5-5 ball game. 0-1 to Dominic Canzone. Canzone's reached base twice. Also was hit into a double play. E.Y. Jr. with the good hands in the first base coach's box.
Mariners are 30th in Major League Baseball in runs per game at 3.84.
Put a 5 spot on the board tonight. That is a base hit right up the middle. So Dominic Canzone's second hit of the night, and now a word from Standard Insurance.
I like to save money, and I know you do too. You deserve to pay less. In just a few minutes, see how much you can save. Make that call today.
Don't delay, call Standard today.
Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez scored the 4th run of the night tonight for the Mariners. Doubled in the first, but that leadoff walk in the 8th inning, he would steal second. He would end up coming around to score. On an RBI ground out. It's 0-1. No balls and 2 strikes. Astros bullpen a 1.32 ERA in the last 14 games coming into this one tonight. But Ryan Abreu allowing a couple of runs in his 1 inning of work. The 2 walks really coming back to bite him. Oh, 2. Mariners have out hit the Astros 10-8. They're tied at 5. Strike 3 called.
Locked him up.
Yes, he did.
He was looking for the slider, didn't get it. Just got the heater right down the middle at 95. Snuck the cheese right past him. Julio knew it.
So 2 outs, and here's Josh Naylor. 0-1. Swung out of his helmet. Quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
Tough pitch to try and pull right there.
Oh, 2 from Hader. Tapped out front, could be trouble. Throw to first. And Christian Walker did a really nice job of just knocking that one down. That's a base hit on an excuse me swing by Josh Naylor.
It was a good job by Christian Walker. Check swing, tapped out in front. Naylor runs better than most people think, hustling down there, but if Walker doesn't get a glove on that, who knows where that ball ends up.
Yeah, probably Canzone's going to, well, I think probably Canzone's probably going to score if he gets that ball down the line. So Brendan Donovan bats with 2 runners on, second hit of the inning. Won a solid single, but that one just a tap out in front of the plate.
Yeah, both hits by lefties.
Yep. Faces another lefty here. One and one. Two balls and a strike. Off day yesterday. Hader worked on Wednesday. Took him all of 8 pitches to pick up his 17th save of the year in San Francisco. They're going to challenge this one.
The pitch is called a strike. The batter is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The call is overturned. Seattle has 1 remaining.
So the count goes to 2-1 as Brendan Donovan wins the challenge. Three balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will get a head start here. Looking to spoil a pitch. Count holds at 3-2.
It just feels like Donovan's really spread out and just kind of poking at the baseball, trying to just find a way to put it in play, slap it the other way.
That is now a 22-pitch inning for Josh Hader. Again, the 3-2. To left field, Taylor Trammell is there, and he'll make the catch. 8-9-1 due up for the Astros. Cam Smith will lead it up in the bottom of the 9th inning in a 5-5 game. Take a look at our Chevy Stroh poll. We were taking a trip down memory lane on this Hall of Fame weekend. Which of the Hall of Fame pitchers would be most exciting one-on-one matchup against Yordan Alvarez? And 43% of you pick J.R. Richard. No wrong answer there, but J.R. Richard, that would be fun to see. Thank you for participating tonight. 95-mile-an-hour sliders out of the arm of 6'8" J.R. Richard. Cam Smith leads it off at the bottom of the 9th inning, facing Bizardo. And is outside, it's 1-0.
Not to mention 2 massive humans going after it.
Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cam Smith. Cam had the RBI triple in the 4-run second inning. Hit 3 long balls on the road trip. It's 2-1. A 5-5 ball game, bottom of the 9th inning. Swung through a 97-mile-an-hour heater. It's 2-2.
Good try by Cam. He got a fastball to hit.
Now it goes full. Three-two pitch.
A couple of good fastballs to hit. That one he just fouled off. So hopefully the timing setting up for Cam.
An 8 head-to-head matchups between these two teams. Mariners had only trailed in 4 innings. Eighth pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss. Got him. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Vasquez being called back. It'll be Lamont Wade Jr. Well, Lamont Wade bats here with 1 out in a tie game in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Lefty warming in the bullpen for the Mariners, but they're going to stay with Bizzardo. Drops that first pitch sweeper in there.
It's 0-1.
Lefty probably waiting for Jordan if necessary.
Ooh, got an inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. One and 2 able to hold up. Well, Lamont Wade Jr. obviously a very patient hitter. Got behind in the count. 0-2. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Wade Jr. Second baseman is there. Cole Young will throw him out. There's 2 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's Jeremy Pena. One and 0. Jordan waits on deck. On the ground, Donovan is there, and he'll throw him out. Go to extra innings in a 5-5 game here in the opener of this 3-game series. On Space City Home Network, directly with SCHN Plus. No cable or satellite needed. Start streaming today at SCHNplus.com. SCHN is your home for Houston Astros baseball. Never easy against the Seattle Mariners, that's for sure. And it hasn't been here tonight as the Astros and Mariners going to the 10th inning. And Enyel De Los Santos comes into work for Houston.
Big right-handers pitched a lot this season. It's given the Astros multiple innings at times. 56 1/3 innings pitched in 53 games. Fastball, changeup, slider. And a new catcher, new battery into this game now. Yainer Diaz behind the plate.
De Los Santos, the 6th pitcher of the night for the Astros. He will face Johnny Pereda to lead it off here. Pereda came in and replaced Cal Raleigh behind the plate. And there you see Brendan Donovan, an unearned runner at second base.
Corners will play in for the potential bunt.
It's like Paredes and Christian Walker both in on the grass, and it's a swinging bunt right back to the mound. De Los Santos will throw him out. There's one away. Brendan Donovan had to freeze in his tracks. No way he could advance to third base. And it's a productive first out for the Astros.
Good job by Enyel. This is pitcher's fielding practice right here. Nowhere for Donovan to go. Holds his ground as Enyel picks this up, checks that runner, holds him at second base, and gets you out at first. It was nicely done.
Victor Robles, quietly a big swing in this game when he had that 2-out RBI single in the 6th inning. Astros have been cruising right along. And he was the man that kind of started it for the Mariners to start creeping back into this game. At that point made it a 2-run game at 5-3. The Mariners would score a pair in the 8th to tie this game at 5. Top of the 10th inning, 5-5 ball game. So 0-2. Peter Lambert started. Souza, Okert, Abreu, Hader, and now Enyel De Los Santos. Oh-2 pitch. Robles getting the start in center field tonight. Julio Rodriguez, the designated hitter. Robles just coming into this game, just 5 at-bats in the month of August. 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes as he backs him off the plate.
I tried to get him, just couldn't.
Two and two. There's a 2-2 pitch. Just off the plate. Good take by Victor Robles. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brendan Donovan at second. 1 away in the 10th. Left center field, and could be trouble, and it is. Mariners take the lead. Robles into third base with a triple. RBI triple. Victor Robles, and the Mariners lead at 6-5.
A lot of sliders in that at bat. That was 4 sliders in a row, and Robles finally figured one out that stayed on the plate and hit it hard in that left center field gap, driving in a run and putting himself 90 feet away from another.
Now the infield will have to come in.
This bottom part of the order getting after the Astros.
Yeah, this was a guy, Brock Rodden, with his first major league hit, was an RBI double to tie the game at 5. One and one. Everybody in. Swing and a miss. It's 1 and 2. We've seen the Mariners do a lot of that to late in counts as well. Fouling off pitches. Seen some pretty good two-strike approaches as well. Just kind of trying to put the ball in play.
Astros have struck out 11 Mariners.
Out hit the Astros 12-8. Lead in the game 6-5. Their first lead. It's going up 2-0 in the first. Astros bounced back with a run in that first to make it 2-1.
I think as the Seattle Mariners continuing to be the Astros' kryptonite.
Yep. Two-two pitch to left field, and that should get the job done, and will. That's a big sacrifice fly right there as Victor Robles comes in to score. That extra 90 feet on that triple proves to be big, and now a 2-run lead for the Mariners, 7-5. Top of the order, Cole Young.
4 RBIs between Victor Robles and Brock Rodden in this game.
Didn't have that on your bingo card coming into this.
Did not.
Robles 3 for 5, and he's had hits in each of his last 3 at bats.
Robles came into this game with 5 RBIs. And Rodden made his major league debut with 2 RBIs tonight.
8 and 9 in the orders, a homer away from hitting for the cycle for the Seattle Mariners.
Unreal.
Oh, 2 pitch. High in the air to right. Cam Smith, playable. He'll make the catch. It'll be up to Yordan Alvarez, Isaac Paredes, and Taylor Trammell in the bottom of the 10th inning. Mariners lead at 7-5. Taylor Trammell, 2, 3, and 4 due up with Jeremy Pena as the unearned runner. They've got work to do, and they're going to be doing it against a very tough customer in Andres Munoz.
Yeah, Andres Munoz is very good. The 27-year-old right-hander with a 3.71 ERA. You can see 21 of 27 in save opportunities, but that doesn't really resonate with the Houston Astros. He has been very good against them. Fastball slider. Throws extremely hard, but at the same time loves that slider.
Got the save yesterday in New York, and it only took him 11 pitches to get it done. Pick up his 21st save of the season. Yordan leads it off. Big strike 1 on a 100-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Munoz mostly the slider. That fastball is in there as well. Reached triple digits without any problem. On the ground, right side. 1 away. So Pena moves into third base. Yordan Alvarez grounds out. Bring up Isaac Paredes. Munoz faced the Astros a couple of times in April, a couple of scoreless innings.
He's got 8 career saves against the Astros, 2 this season.
Sitting on 99 career saves is Andres Munoz. couple of Mexican-born players facing off here. Andres Munoz and Isaac Paredes. Paredes with that 2-run infield single in the second inning. Out over the right side, it's 1-2. "98 of his 99 career saves have come with the Mariners. One ball and 2 strikes to Isaac Paredes. Astros had a 5-1 lead going into the 6th inning. A run in the 6th, 2 in the 8th, and 2 more in the 10th. And the Mariners lead at 7-5 here in the bottom of the 10th. Sock able to hold up on that slider. Count goes to 2-2. Full count.
Look at that.
Taylor Trammell waits on deck. Astros looking for some late inning magic here, late night magic. Trailing by 2 in the bottom of the 10th. Paredes to right center, that's down for a hit, and it's a 7-6 ball game. What an at-bat by Isaac Paredes.
He is really good. It's also fun to watch him put together at bats. He's going to get pinch run for by Nick Allen, but this at bat right here, laying off some tough sliders, fouling off some tough pitches, and eventually taking 101.2 right back up the middle and keeping it out of the reach of Victor Robles.
So Nick Allen, the pinch runner, as you said, and they're going to have a meeting at the mound because Taylor Trammell will be the batter. Nick Allen's got a couple of stolen bases. He's perfect 2 for 2. Trammell's 0 for 4. No balls and a strike. Trammell, remember, he got that finger in the way on a bunt attempt in his last plate appearance. Adjusting the batting glove there. No balls, 1 strike to Taylor Trammell. Topped over the right side. That's a foul ball. Naylor tried to sell it. So no balls and 2 strikes to Taylor Trammell. Astros down 7-6. 1 away in the bottom of the 10th inning. Nick Allen takes his lead from first. 1-2. struck him out. The Astros down to their final out.
Swinging 3 sliders, all of them down out of the zone for Taylor.
Comes down to Jose Altuve. Strike one to Altuve. 101-mile-an-hour fastball.
101.4 to be exact. It's tough on that inner edge, too. This guy's had a flair for the dramatic. We'd love some right here.
0-2. Pitch punched over the right side. That's down for a base hit. Nick Allen will head for third base, and the Astros will have runners at the corners with 2 away.
Well, Altuve doing Altuve things. There have been a lot of bad ball hitters in the history of the game. You can add Altuve to that list somehow. He is able to go out there and just flip that ball barely off the surface of the earth into right field to keep this inning going. Not just on our UTM Anderson strike zone.
Who does that?
Down and away. Not too many.
Especially against a guy that can bring it in there. That was a slider away, but you got to respect the 101-mile-an-hour fastball as well. They'll break up the meeting at the mound. Alex McKay, as he makes his way out, says, let's go, fellas. Comes down to Dalton Varsho. The Astros looking to continue the rally.
Varsho had a big 2-run home run in San Diego. His first as an Astro. He'd like to contribute in a situation here with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss from Varsho.
Astros having a tough time with that slider.
Nick Allen at third, Altuve at first. Astros trailing 7-6 in the bottom of the 10th inning with 2 outs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Varsho 0 for 3 tonight. A ball and 2 strikes. Right back to that slider.
That pitch has got to look like a fastball coming out of the hand of Andres Munoz. There's good tunneling. Release point very similar. Tough as a hitter when you know that he's got 101 to 102 left.
Left side!
How about it?
And that's through! Dalton Varsho ties the game at 7 as the Astros come through with a 2 spot.
Dalton Varsho got a slider he could handle. Not in the zone, but a little bit easier to handle down and away, and he just pokes it through the defense on the left side. And now Christian Walker with an opportunity. This game has been bonkers.
Astros matching the Mariners with a 2 spot here in the 10th inning. And it's 1-0 to Christian Walker. Well, didn't hit it hard, but hit it in the right spot. Altuve at second base represents the winning run. This hammered to left. That ball is out of here. Game winner. Christian Walker walks it off, and the Astros after giving up the lead, get it back in dramatic fashion and get the walk-off win.
Live by the slider, die by the slider. The one he threw in the zone got absolutely destroyed. Skywalker in flight. Late night delight.
Noon delight, you got it. What a ball game. And that ball was crushed.
Left no doubt about it. Had a walk-off against the Mariners last season. Got himself a slider. And absolutely, that was incredible. That game.
Hit the whole way through. Astros down early and took the 5-2 lead. Took that into the later innings, and then Seattle kept chipping away. Then a 2-spot in the 10th, but the Astros answered with a big swing of the bat from Christian Walker.
Oh, yeah. Walk feeling good. Get those 6 shooters out and end this thing. The bat flip said it all. It was a pretty frustrating evening, but that is all relieved with one swing of the bat.
Christian Walker with his 23rd home run of the season. He's going to enjoy that one. He's standing by with Julia. Julia.
Thanks a lot, Christian. Ow! I haven't been hit in years. All right. Such a gentleman. Christian, you needed well, I need a moment here, but you did take a couple of moments over there just to catch your breath. I mean, the adrenaline, what does that moment, that swing feel like to you?
Yeah, it's the guys. It's great to come through for them. We worked so hard to get back in this game against a really, really good pitcher. Just extend the inning. So to be able to put a big swing like that, it's awesome. I'm proud of the guys.
Yeah, that closer with a good slider. We saw it in that inning. What was your approach? What were you looking for?
Honestly, just trying to compete, keep them on the plate. You know, that low slot, the fastball is deceptive, the slider is really good. Just full compete mode. No real secret plan there. Just doing my best to get a good pitch to hit.
You know, this team has kind of struggled against the Mariners this year, just how important this game is. So to be able to come out, win the first game of the series in the way that you did, what can that do for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, it's huge. These games are always like this, it seems like. But a lot of division stuff coming up, and if we can get as many of these as possible, I think we can set ourselves up in a good spot.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to go tell him. Kevin.
It has been a while. Christian Walker walks it off. The Astros with a 5-run bottom of the 10th inning. Blummer, that was fun.
That was fun, and it's good to hear Walk talk about it at post-game. Talked about getting that slider on the plate, how tough it is to pick the ball up out of Munoz's hands. But when you see it on the plate, you get it, and you're ready to react like he did, good things happen.
Well, Lauren and Bogey got a lot of good things to talk about coming up on the Astros postgame, presented by Whataburger as the Astros win the opener of the series in dramatic fashion.